and some meanness to go along with the toughness. So I think they're going to be okay in that area. I really do. I don't think they're going to get intimidated. I thought the Leafs wouldn't get intimidated as well. So I don't think intimidation beat them. Something beat them. But anyway, we don't have to. The Leafs are done. So you guys can worry about the Leafs. John Shannon, I've been reading it. He's been on saying trade Matthews, trade Tavares, trade Marner, trade them all. Good God. Anyway.
He's got Bennett to the Leafs.
What? I'm saying that because I know that. I'm saying Shanny's, I'm quoting Shanny because I know he's always listening. And he's always in, and he tells me the only reason he listens is because he's caught in traffic. So there's something for you in traffic, Shanny. Okay? Take that one.
So, Mac, we are going to start the series Wednesday. We're not going to hear from you again until next Friday. So give us your thoughts on who's going to win the Stanley Cup.
I haven't been great in my picks. I really haven't, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I really like the coach in Edmonton. I think the guy is a great young coach. I think he handles himself well. I love how he handles the bench. I love how he keeps them calm. I'm saying Edmonton's going to win the series, and I say that with really mixed emotions, to be quite honest. I'd love to see a Canadian team win. I just think that McDavid and Draisaitl and them, the calmness with the group, focus with the group, they fixed they had to fix some areas of their team, their penalty killing. I think they've done a really good job. By the way, I had a call this week from a sports personality wanting to know what my deal was on this show because he's got an opportunity to do something similar to this and wanted to know what my deal was on this show. And anyway, when I
tell him we'll give him the same deal.
When I told him what the deal is, he said, I can't say every word he said, but it was, "Are you something crazy?" So anyway, I just wanted to get that out before.
Okay, first of all, every week you tell everybody watching and listening what your deal is. Every week. How does this guy not know?
Well, he phoned a buddy of mine and wanted to know it because, he was shy to phone me. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've got, as Jill said, I got to put my earphones on because you're yelling all the time. She has to go to the other end of the cottage. The dog is scared because I'm yelling so much. Other than that, it's great.
Get a hockey question in, please, quickly.
I'm going to try. So you picking the Oilers. How crazy is it that Stu Skinner was not playing for the Oilers early in playoffs? Like he was watching Pickard.
No worries.
I was going to say that. How did this happen?
Crazy.
That after game 2 against LA, Pickard had to come and save him. I mean, seriously. I mean, the team rallied around him too. And but I think it's really important how they've rallied around Skinner and how Skinner has stood tall. I mean, I can't imagine the mental toughness this kid, what he's gone through to battle back. And it being in Edmonton, I believe he's an Edmonton kid. I just can't imagine the pressure and how he stood in there and battled like crazy. I mean, that paddle save the other night was like it. I mean, he's just made some big plays, and their defense has been better. Wallman, the pickups have been good. They've done a good job.
Mac, we were just kind of talking about, Peter DeBoer, whether or not, Dallas could be in a position to want to go in a different direction. Even if they did, we've seen some coaching vacancies get filled out. So the most recent one, I think Lane Lambert in Seattle here. I don't know how many even if they moved off of Peter DeBoer, I mean, I don't know how many coaches would be out there for a team that's supposed to win a Stanley Cup next year.
Jimmy Nill is not a guy he's not a irrational guy. He'll make a really sound, solid decision. I can't speak for the owner there, but I think Jimmy will think long and hard before he makes a change, in my opinion. Just knowing him the way I know him. I think he'll really look at it, and he'll look at his options that are out there. And I've been sort of caught off guard with some of the hires. Blaine Lambert, I mean, I don't get what Seattle did. I'm sorry. I can't figure that one out. Adam Foote, I love Adam Foote as a guy. I had him. He was my captain in Columbus. You know, he's walking in. I mean, imagine Adam Foote coaching the Swedish national team.
Is that your way of calling the Vancouver Canucks right now?
Well, that's how they play.
All right.
That's how they play a lot of nights. So, I mean, I wish him really well, and I hope he. I know Adam.
What about a rookie general manager just hired in the Islanders and Patrick Waugh staying? That's kind of, it's not ideal, right? A new general manager coming in and having a high-profile coach like that.
You know, look, I think Patrick will probably be very excited about working with Matthew because I think Patrick always wants to be in charge. And I think he'll have a chance to be more in charge with Matthew than he was with Lou. Would you agree?
That's a great observation. Absolutely, I would agree. I like Patrick Waugh. He may not be the best tactical coach, but I like that they have a guy who demands success, he demands results, and he'll call people out. It's tough to know exactly what goes on, but for the Islanders, I think that they're fine to stay with him, right?
Next, you're gonna tell me he reminds you of Al Arbour.
Yeah, he needs the mash.
You can't also disregard that they owe Patrick Waugh $7 million for the next 2 years.
I'd say that has a little bit of bearing on it, but you know what? Hey, it's not easy. It's not easy for Matthew to come in as a rookie GM with an icon, and Patrick is from his playing days, and you know to me, I kind of like the way Patrick coaches. I really do. I think I like his fire. I like how he calls the team out when they're not going. I like his style, to be quite honest. I really do.
I don't know if you saw it today, but Friedman tweeted that Cal Palmieri signed a deal that was already verbally agreed to before Darsh signed on. So they had agreed to this, Darsh signed the contract or whatever. Is that not unusual to be like, hey, the old guy said they'd sign me, and then they just do the deal?
Well, the old guy, Lou, from what I've been told, is still a senior advisor there for the next 3 years.
Okay. Next 3 years?
For the next 3 years. That's what I've been told. The next 3 years he's senior advisor.
But he's not involved in the day-to-day operations, nor does the new general manager have to answer.